एक चीज आपको पूछना है, बॉयलर की लाइफ कितनी होती है? 25 years. एनीबडी? एज अ रेगुलेटरी बॉडी मैं बोलता हूं और हम बोलते हैं कि बॉयलर अमर है. देयर इज नो लाइफ एज सच फॉर बॉयलर्स. बॉयलर अमर है मैं बोलता हूं, बिकॉज वी हैव सीन मेनी बॉयलर्स, दोज आर रनिंग very well even after 100 years of service, and we have seen many boilers which are scrapped after 10 years also. So that depends on how you maintain the boiler, water quality, its environment, flue gas properties, all such things matters. So there is not anything that the boiler's life is 25 years or 30 years. You take in mind, बॉयलर अमर है. अभी उसको अमर कैसे करने का, that is up to us. All these things are mentioned in Indian boiler regulations. That regulation is 391A. It is in two parts. One is for shell type boilers and other is for water tube boiler. In shell type boilers, we do not carry out RLA and all such things. After 25 years, we straightway reduce its working pressure by 5%. After then 35 years, we reduce it to 90%. Means we reduce by 10%. So another category in shell type boilers, earlier there were no such advanced techniques like ultrasonic thickness measurement and all these things. So we used to, what we used to do to take to know the life of boiler, we used to cut the plates of boiler. We test it in laboratory, and then based on the results of lab test, we fix the pressure of boiler. Those boilers, such type of boilers, after cutting the plates, those are allowed to run for more or other 50 years. And after 10 years, the pressure is reduced by 10%. After 20 years, it is reduced by 20% and so on. Now, shell type boilers, third category is shell type boilers, but those are wasted boilers. What happens if we apply that formula, straightaway formula, that reduction by 5% or 10%, the pressure of boiler that is reduced. But many companies, many industries, they are running the boiler, so they are maintaining the boiler so well that their parts, their pressure parts are so maintained that they are at very good condition. So unnecessarily reducing the pressure of these type of boilers straightaway by 5% or 10%, it is reduced by 5% or 10%. But what happens in many industries, in petroleum industries and these petrochemical industries, if we reduce the pressure even by 0.5 or 1%, the complete process is disturbed. So there was a demand from these industries. Our boilers are good, so there should not be straightaway reduction in working pressure. Instead of that, RLA should be carried out. So in 2020, one new regulation for such type of boilers is introduced. That is shell type wasted boilers. Here, earlier there was no RLA residual life assessment of such type of boilers. But now, after 2020, it was introduced for such type of boilers. So it is to be carried out by the RLA carrying agency, which are approved by Central Boiler Board. And if according to recommendations of these RLA carrying agencies, we reduce the pressure if they recommend, or continue to operate it for another 12 years. After 12 years, again, RLA is to be carried out. But for such type of boilers, there is a option to owner. They can opt for RLA or they can opt for direct pressure reduction. So the problem of straightway reducing the working pressure of that boiler is reduced and minimized by this introduction of this new regulation. Now, another is water tube boiler. Here we carry out residual life assessment of boilers. Now, these boilers are categorized in three parts. First, the boilers which are working above 400 degrees centigrade and up to 1 lakh running hours. Those boilers are to be assessed by residual life assessment after completion of 1 lakh hours. And this is to be carried out by RLA carrying agency, which is approved by Central Boiler Board. And this RLA report, this RLA is valid up to 6 years. After 6 years, again you will have to carry out RLA of that boiler. And what is to be done in the RLA study? RLA study is to be carried out as per table 1 of IBR. What table 1 shows? It is all given in your literature. So we are running late, so I will not go into details, but this is table 1. In steam drum, what tests are to be done, in other superheater coils, what tests are to be done. All this complete is in table. So I will not go into detail because we are running by. Now the second category is the boilers which are operating below 400 degrees centigrade. For this category of boilers, that criteria of 1 lakh running hours is not applicable. For these type of boilers, the criteria is age of boilers. If the age of boilers is 25 years, then for such boilers which are operating below 400 degrees centigrade, the RLA is to be carried out. And again, that RLA is to be carried out by RLA carrying agency approved by Central Boiler Board. And for this type of boilers, the validity of this RLA report is up to 12 years. After 12 years, again you will have to carry out RLA of boilers. And here you will have to carry out the RLA as per table 2 of IBR. That table 2 is here. It is in your book, so I will not go into details. Third is those boilers which are operating below 400 degrees centigrade and those are having pressure less than 50 kg centigrade. So in such type of boilers, there is no need of such elaborative RLA. Only headers and drums are to be inspected by non-destructive test, only 3 tests: UT, MPT and LPT. So the boilers which are working below 50 kg per centimeter square and below 400 degrees centigrade, there is no need of RLA study. Only NDT is to be carried out. Now third is the boilers which are heat recovery steam generator. Those are not directly fired boilers. And here also, those working above 400 degrees centigrade and up to 1 lakh running hours, the only difference is that it is to be carried out as per table 3 of IBR. That is table 3. Here you will see an earlier table differences. There are many very small number of tests in table 3 because those are boilers, they are clean clean flue gas is there because it is a waste heat. So there is hardly chance of corrosion. So very few tests are in this type of boilers. Now, this is a summary of all these things what I have told you. Now, second part of my presentation. What is the certification period of a boiler? And that is, I think, you are interested in power, particularly power people, because they always come to us for extension of certification. सर 1 साल का चाहिए, 2 साल का चाहिए, 2 साल हुए तो भी चाहिए. So ये जरा ध्यान से सुनिए. Generally, the certification of boiler is for 1 year, but for power boilers and the wasted boilers which are operating in continuous process plant, there is a special provision in regulation. That is, those two regulations are there. 376 FF, that is for power boilers, and 376 FFF, that is for wasted boilers.